What's going on, my friends? Just wanted to share something here with you guys. I believe this information will help you from falling into this deadly trap. So when God created man, he created us in his image and his likeness. So that means that we have the capability of a lot of things like characteristics of God. But it also gives us the capability of gaining knowledge to certain things like God's will. Now, that's very different than knowing that we were created to know certain things. Having the capability of understanding something doesn't necessarily mean that we were created for that. So man was never created to know God's will. God's will, that knowledge was limited to God and the angels. So angels had free will and they have the knowledge of God's will. Now, the reason they had the knowledge to God's will was because angels were messengers and they were the ones that would guide us in our lives to make sure that we do everything that's right. Now, we were not judged on these things because we did not have knowledge of morality at the time. We were made innocent. And because of that, God is just, so he only judges us based on our knowledge. Now, the angels also had to enforce the laws on other angels because, again, the angels had free will, like Satan. And they were able to break these rules and try to become the judge of these laws, which is why Satan wanted to be like God. Satan wanted to be the judge of the law because Satan believed that God's just was flawed, had a flaw, and it wasn't perfect, and that his judgment was better. So when Adam and Eve ate the apple and as humanity, we took on a sinful nature because now we understand the laws of morality because of our capability, not because it was the intention for that. We weren't created for that. Now we know what's good and what's evil, meaning now we can, because of our free will, we can choose evil, therefore bringing sin into the world and bringing death, separation from God. But something worse even happened. By knowing that and with our free will, we also got the ability to make our own judgments on whether something is good or bad. So a lot of us fall into the trap of doing that, of making our own judgment. We'll read the Bible, we'll go to church, we believe we're following Jesus, but we're not trusting in God's just on the laws. We're trusting ourselves by giving ourselves the right to say what is right and what is wrong. How many times have you done something that you know goes against God? And you tell yourself, well, that's not that bad. That's what you're doing. You're basically saying, subconsciously, not even realizing it, you're basically saying, I don't truly, fully agree with God's laws because they are not perfect, they're not all good, and they're not all holy. And I believe that my judgment on this situation is better. Now, we know the last person or the last thing that thought like that was Satan, and look what happened to him. So my friends, what I'm saying is, don't fall into that trap. Remember, God is the ultimate judge, is the only judge, because his judgment is just, it's holy, it's good, it's perfect, and it's everlasting and never changes. Take care, my friends. God bless.